Hello everyone, just a bit of a heads up before the actual video, commences. So yeah, I recorded this on the 18th of July, so it's been a while. I'm sorry that this video is way late after the movie. Well, yeah, I can tell you what we're doing. We are going to be reviewing, well, not an analysis or anything like that, just like me saying my thoughts and opinions and questions on the movie. Just a bit of a saying. Would I watch it again? Yes I would. I would actually say it was quite a good movie. Yeah, I was surprised by it. Anyway, so yeah, I recorded this on the 18th of July. The reason why it took so long to finally get this video out is because, if you can see on the channel, there's been Jurassic World, the game video, Jurassic World Lego, there's been videos behind the works. I've been Great One Mule Deer grinding without herd management. That's, if you don't know what herd management is, when my video finally comes out, when I finally get a great one, then I'll tell you guys what it is. But yeah, and I've had life stuff as well, so yeah, I'm sorry, but that's just how it goes, isn't it? And it's probably way later than everyone else who would do a review on the movie. Anyway, hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. Just a bit of a heads up, as I say in a minute, you're gonna need a cup of tea or something, okay? Just say. It's quite a long one of me talking. If there are any clips, comment in the comment section. Well done, Freddie, you found some clips, because there are no clips out there. The only way to get clips for every bit that I need to talk about it is if I buy the movie and scan through it and record bits and sections of it. And I don't have the time or money for that, so I'm not doing that. So yeah, that's what's happening today. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. All the videos that I've been making and coming up and everything, you guys are gonna like them, hopefully, fingers crossed. I'll see you guys, well, you will see past me on the 18th of July. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Pro Stomp Modern video today into the channel. Today I'm going to be giving you my thoughts and opinions on Jurassic World Rebirth. Yes. So, so get your cups of teas or whatever, and this is going to be a long one. It'll be mostly me just talking to myself. You may see a few clips. There will be spoilers, so if you don't want spoilers, maybe don't watch this. Maybe come back to this after you've seen it. Anyway, so where to begin? So yeah. Well, Alright, let's start off with bits that don't really make sense. So when they first make it to the island, actually no, let's talk about, actually, I don't even know what to talk about, my brain's malfunctioning. So yeah, when they make it to the island, you know that guy who's only cares about the DNA and chains himself to it. When he finds that the pistol, the Glock or whatever, that pistol has possibly been there for 17 or 16 years, and he managed, no, he didn't manage, but the Zara Bennett one, the Scarlett Johansson one, she managed to shoot every single shot. Somehow nothing went wrong with the gun. It was all completely fine for 16, 17 years in the jungle with massive humidity, possibly a few hurricanes or something. I'm just saying, is it plots? Probably. But yeah, Alright, so yeah, also, when they get on the island and it's night, when they get to the place with the helipad and when the diva explores and all that, when they get there, all the lights just turn on.
what the, what? I mean, I get there's I get there's possibly a generator or something, but think of it, that's been happening for like 17 years. Even in like a modern house, I'm guessing you guys would be able to like relate to this, but in like modern day, like, you have to change bulbs and lights or something, you may have to change something, you may need to get a new battery or something, and that normally happens, what, like, at max, probably like 2-3 years, minimal, maybe a few months. So yeah, and these entire lights have been going on and off every night for 17 years. Surely something must have happened there. That just doesn't make sense in my head. So yeah, guys, before I get into more of me just blathering on about this, what do you guys think of Rebirth? Comment down below, and we'll probably read all of your comments. So yeah. Anyway, let's get back to me blathering on. So yeah, so that didn't make sense. Also the flare guns. No damage there. I don't know what that is anyway. And then, of course, we've got the guy who literally can survive 4 damage. The Doctor. How in the hell can he survive a 40-foot drop? Possibly more, maybe even less. How the what? That just isn't. That's not possible. That's just not possible at all. Like, that's just what? I mean, maybe the palm tree leaves maybe slowed him down a little bit, but come on, 40-foot drop. You're gonna be going quite quick. I know bits of physics, and I know that if you're going fairly quick, hitting something a bit rough, that's gonna do damages on you. And then when he falls into the water, it's probably quite shallow, so he's probably gonna hit the bottom from a I don't know, something other drop or something. I don't know. And then the DNA samples, which I still don't understand what that was. I mean, they did say it was like a insane drug things, and then they could save millions of people, tens of millions and stuff. But they never even got around to what it was even about, which would have been nice if they actually did. But I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, and then the DNA sample that they got from the Quetzal managed to land perfectly aside of him. Perfectly right next to him. That's probably just the plot, actually. That's probably just the plot. What are the odds, man? You got an entire jungle. There's probably different prevailing winds and stuff, and it manages to land right next to you between palm trees and stuff. Also, there's an Aztec temple thingy. What is that for? Why is there an Aztec temple thingy? What? I mean, yeah, I know perfectly have stairs from the top of the mountain to the very bottom. It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's a bit, I don't know, it's just, yeah. And, something else, So, that entire movie, the entire Rebirth, all of that was caused from a Snickers wrapper. Come on now. A Snickers wrapper fell into, it messed up some stuff in the system, and that is what let the D-Rex loose and all of the disaster that we watched during the entire movie. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? That is mental. That is just, what? That entire movie was because a Snicker wrapper fell into, all the systems and everything. Also, what type of wind must they have there? That Snickers wrapper flew a solid meter or so. I don't know, it's just, wow. Yeah, there's a lot of, there's a lot of moments in the movie. Alright, let's talk about something a little different. So, something that I found was a bit, is, okay, this isn't Rebirth, but Fallen Kingdom. You know when Claire's trying to, like, save the dinosaurs from, the volcano and stuff, and she wants Owen to help her. Owen is, at first, like, I'm not really sure. I kind of don't want to do this, they've had their time, they can die or whatever. And, Claire actually thought Owen wasn't gonna do it, and she and the other two names I can't remember. But yeah, anyway, they were gonna, help the dinosaurs in their own. But then Owen came, which is kind of like cool that Owen came. But whereas in Rebirth, it took no convincing at all. They were just like the Doctor, at max, took about 10 seconds to be like, is this a good idea? Should I do this? To then be like, let's do it. Question marks. Also the army guy, he also took like barely any convincing. A bit more than the Doctor, but still barely any. And then, yeah. Now we're gonna talk about the guy who loves guns. Like, he loves guns. You know that guy who literally had like the neurotoxin type thingies? He saw that Spino and he was like, let him have it. He didn't even look where he was aiming. He was just like, let's get him down, boys. I'm gonna shoot, and I don't even care if I hit. I'm just gonna fire at him. He loved guns, jeez. He loved them so much that he, like, when the Spino literally was touching him and was, like, going to kill him, the guy just, the one chance that he could have actually killed the Spino, he just doesn't even fire, and he just looks to them and is like, hey. And then he dies. That's, like, probably the most anticlimactic death I've probably ever seen. Like, what? I mean, I never liked that guy in the first place. He's with the neurotoxins and stuff. Trying to actually, neurotoxin is like, if you don't know, is like one of the most like dangerous like venoms or poisons in the universe. Like, it is really potent. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, that guy who loves guns. And then there was the guy who loved the Mosasaurus, the Titanosaurus, and the Quetzalcoatlus DNA. You know that guy? Yeah. He literally chained himself to that. I know this may sound like you may not believe me, considering I've now watched the movie, but in that very moment, I kind of knew that he would die. Because he wasn't being the nicest, he just wasn't giving good vibes. So yeah, when he chained himself to the chest or crate or whatever you call it, I kind of knew he would die. And then when the D-Rex finally did kill him, what are the odds that the D-Rex happens to bite off the arm of where the crate is? It's not a crate, briefcase, whatever. The briefcase, he just managed to bite his arm and not touch that thing at all. It's a bit, By the way, that was a cool reference from Jurassic Park. If you know with Arnold, like, when Ellie Sattler, like, goes back into, like, the I don't even know how you call it, the server room thingy, like, she walks backwards and then the arm falls on her. Good reference, I like that. Appreciate that. And then with when they open the gate for some reason, I'm confused why they opened the gate, if I'm being honest. I probably would, I mean, I know there was a Mutodon, but like, come on now, what? Come on now. Anyway, but yeah, the army guy with the berry, he like did one of Owen Grady's like barrel roll thingies, which I like that, I appreciate that. And then there was the flares, obviously, in the hand. That was a cool reference. There were Velociraptors as well. I was slightly underwhelmed by the velociraptors because they were literally there for 20 seconds, if that, when the guy was peeing. Literally 20 seconds of that. And then the Mutodon just like dive bombs one and like destroys him instantly. And then goes and gets the other raptor instantly and then just flies away with one. That's the most probably anticlimactic dinosaur kill as well. I was expecting the Velociraptors to like kill that guy or something. Somehow the Mutodon's just blind. He just didn't even notice that there was a guy just standing there peeing. Yeah, that was interesting. And then there was obviously, the bit with the T-Rex and the Dilophosaurus. I liked that. I appreciate that because we all like Dilophosaurus, and when the Dilophosaurus returned in Dominion, didn't really get what it deserved with Owen destroying it again. But yeah, it was cool to see the Dilophosaurus again. It kind of did nothing. It kind of just did its iconic noise and then walked away. And then the T-Rex woke up, and then there was a big river scene. Yeah, I won't go into it, but you go to watch the movie, so there's that bit, and then what are the odds, by the way, that the T-Rex, there was, by the way, that raft is bulletproof. I just have to say this, that raft is bulletproof. The T-Rex literally had it in his mouth with his teeth literally around it, and the raft just was fine. It was perfectly fine. Again, probably plot, and I get that they don't want a long story because otherwise they'd have to walk and that'd be kind of boring. By the way, guys, I'm doing this without a strip, so I'm kind of trying to remember everything. And then the army guy again, when he sacrifices himself with the D-Rex. I kind of, when I was watching it, I kind of thought they was maybe gonna throw the flare into the D-Rex's mouth or something. Well, that's probably what I would have done. And then maybe it would have distracted him or made him a bit annoyed and maybe wouldn't care. Which is maybe what did happen. But then he, literally, when it ended, when literally they were starting to propel away in the boat, then the flare pops out and the guy's on the other side of the river with a flare, and how did he survive? I was not expecting that. That is literally the most unlikely thing I was expecting. That was wow, how did he survive that? How the hell did he survive that? The D-Rex was literally within a meter from him, just staring right at him and was gonna eat him. And then bro appears 5-10 minutes later. Of course they could have, sped it up for the movie purposes, but and then he just appears on the other side of the river with a flare trekking through. I'm a bit about that bit. Gone below about that bit because that was and then the Spinos, it's cool that they added Spinos again. We've always wanted Spinosaurus, bro, let's be honest. But how they did it, true, maybe it's more scientific, but it just kind of didn't really have the same Jurassic Park 3 vibes that I think we all, I've never said vibes as many times in my life, by the way. Anyway, so I was expecting Jurassic Park 3 kind of vibes with the Spino chasing them through the jungle or something like that. But the Spino just kind of wakes up, goes into the ocean, kills the girl, and then dips. That's literally what he did. I don't know. Hey, this is a long video, just me talking. But hopefully you guys appreciate it. And You know, always good to have different people's opinions. On purpose as well. I've not seen the Game Beaver's initial thoughts video on this. So then I can have, like, my opinions. So yeah, if you've watched the Game Beaver's video and then you watch mine and, like, you see that I've repeated some stuff, that's why, because I didn't actually watch his. I have to admit, there was a lot more action than in Rebirth. That like there was a lot more action, which is cool. You know, it's cool that there was more action and stuff. Also, I didn't get this in the segment earlier about the things that don't make sense, but when the the other family or whatnot goes into the shop thingy, how is there water on the floor? Like at least 5-6 centimeters water. Somehow the lights still work and there's no water damage. Maybe that just would have cost more for the producers, I don't know, but like, come on, man. No, that it works fine, and then I guess this is advertisement and whatever so crisp brands and food brands and whatever can promote their items, which is okay, but the Golden Beaver actually spotted this out in his trailer review. They had a pack of crisps, I forget what it was, and the logo has changed so many times, and they had the newest logo, and it should have had a slightly older logo if it was going to make sense, but it just didn't. So yeah, that doesn't make sense. And then somehow the fridges work? ? The glass is perfectly intact as well. Yeah, that was also something I was surprised about. All the glass seemed to be in perfect condition. I don't know. At least with Fallen Kingdom and stuff, you could see some damage and stuff, which would have made sense. No, not Fallen Kingdom, Lost World. When Ian Malcolm and his daughter go into the building and you can see all the damages and it's not perfect condition and stuff. Well, that's cool. But yeah, wow, what a movie! It's actually. Would I watch it again? Yes, I think I would. And if you guys have watched this video and you haven't seen it, sorry that you probably got a lot of spoilers, but I would actually recommend to watch it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be I mean, at the beginning, I thought, why did they add another one? I feel in my head, it maybe should have ended on Jurassic World, the first one, because there was no need. And then I was like, okay, Fallen Kingdom, that came out, okay. Dominion, okay. In the trailer for Dominion, it says, witness the epic conclusion. Conclusion means end. End. It means end. And instead, you make another movie. And there are probably more movies. So yeah, this could be a 10-movie franchise. Possibly 20. They're just trying to squeeze out every bit of content from the Jurassic franchise. Which is okay. I'm a Jurassic Park World fan, but it's just, yeah, they're not as good. With any movies, they get a bit too popular. Star Wars, I only watched the first 3, and I just don't watch any of the others because it doesn't interest me. It's a bit like that, but Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, I will continue to watch it because I'm a dinosaur fan and I want to see the changes to technology and whatever. Also, something that didn't make sense is, by the way, I really hope Editor Freddy has found clips of all of this, because he's gonna have a long time editing this. Today's the 17th of June. I don't know when this is coming out, but Editor Freddy's got a lot. Anyway, there's a bit in a jungle, yeah, and there's an eel-like thing. I don't know if you guys remember. There's like this eel thing that then jumps at them. I was expecting like them to show something on that, like develop that bit more story to it, you know, develop it, make it a bit more interesting, just go over a bit more, like show what it is and stuff. But it kind of just scared them and then left, and that was it. That was all we got from it, which was a bit, underwhelming again. I've said underwhelming quite a bit today. But yeah, I would say it was alright. And then, I may have said this earlier. At this point, I've forgotten. It's like 25 minutes through the video. I've forgotten what I've said. But the bit with the family, I've forgotten their name. But the other people that we followed throughout the movie, I actually liked the bit with the mosasaur. I thought that was really cool, but only the beginning bit, because what the mosasaur did was he or she kind of went up to the boat, flipped it over, tried to go for one, and then when the guy went on the boat, was like, nah, we can let him live, let's go. Which, what? Like, huh? I was expecting the mosasaur to like bite that boat in half or like do something insane, eat all the people or something. But instead they kind of just, the mosasaur kind of swims over the boat and leaves. That was really underwhelming. I was expecting a lot more from that. But as my friend Elias said, they've got to have a separate story, because people nowadays have, and I'm not really talking to you guys, but you know, in general, people now have a shorter, like, you know, time where they can stay focused. Have I forgotten the name? Anyway, you know what I'm talking about, like attention span. How did I forget? Anyway, they have a shorter attention span normally now, so I get the reason to, but I gotta be honest, they didn't really need to be in the movie, like at all. Like there wasn't much reason to, but I mean, I kind of appreciate it, but at the same time, there wasn't much. They didn't really do much. Yeah, it was a bit. And then also, I swear the D-Rex grew. Like, we saw him on the dock at the end, you know, and he was still tall. Like he was still quite tall. But he wasn't like, you know. But like when we first introduced him, he takes down a helicopter. Like a helicopter from the sky. And then he kind of just doesn't do anything. Like he gets a lot smaller. Like he shrinks. He literally shrinks. And unless I'm just making up stuff, but I swear he shrinks, because he was definitely not that big before. Like at the end, I feel like I've said most things now. Editor Freddy's probably got enough to edit at this point. Alright, so there's something else. The scenery in this movie is really like, wow. The scenery looks really good. Like, it is, wow. It is very good. Also, at the very beginning of the movie, even in the trailer, they take down a museum and you can see when dinosaurs ruled the world, you know, from Jurassic Park, you know, that like banner thing, it falls down. That's another reference I appreciated. Dolores, the Aqualops was also really cool. I like that. That was cool. I have to admit, from Dominion, would I say CGI's maybe improved? I would say so. There was a bit more depth in it. Apart from the Velociraptors, I found that the shadows weren't quite, you know, they weren't amazing. I mean, you could tell what it was. You could tell everything, but it just wouldn't. But yeah, I think actually I am gonna end it now. I'm pretty sure I definitely think I've spoken about pretty much anything. Overall, I would say it was better than I thought. There was also something, it was better than what I thought. There was a lot more action than in Dominion, I would say. Definitely a lot more action. Some bits didn't make sense, like with the Glock somehow working after 17 years. The lights turning on 16, 17 years later. The guy falling 40 feet and surviving without any injury. The people in the boat managing to survive a mosasaur. And then, of course, the references, like the Owen reference, quite a few Jurassic Park references. Yeah, it was overall, it was good. I would recommend to watch it. Yeah. And yeah, I think we're gonna end it now. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If I missed anything that you guys found out, comment below, and yeah, I'll probably read your comments and respond to them. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video. Sorry that it's just rambling on about just what I think. But, good to get my opinions across and my thoughts to see if any of them line up with what you guys think. And yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video. You have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, wonderful whatever it is. See you guys in the next one.